All right, let's talk about our squat. We're just going to talk about in this video the high bar squat. It's the exercise that I think will give us the most benefit as far as strengthening our legs. I think it's absolutely the exercise that will give you the most as far as becoming a better athlete is concerned. And it's the exercise that we as powerlifters will do most of the time, but we will switch to what we call the low bar squat right before contest. 3, 4, 5 weeks before contest, we'll switch to low bar squat where we get an increase in leverage, and therefore we'll eventually get a better, higher squat out of it. But I do not want to use that during the regular season. I think doing the high bar squat and then switching that at the end is what will make the best powerlifters out of us. And we will take care of that during the powerlifting season. So right now, Eric, first thing he's going to do is make sure that his hands are even on the bar. So we're looking at those rings, and this is pretty typical. Eric's going to take his middle finger and put it on that ring, likewise. And then he's going to put himself underneath the bar, and by having his hands even, he should end up in the middle of the bar. Sometimes that's not the case, and the spotter in the back can help him a little bit, but he's come pretty close. I'm going to move him a little bit that way. Okay, he's going to take the bar out. I want him to stand right there, okay? This is the high bar squat. In that camera angle, I believe that you can see that the bottom of the bar is pretty much aligning with the top of his deltoid. He's carrying it up. In the back, he's carrying it right up on the top of his traps. And once he gets himself in this position, he's going to think about throwing his chest out, keeping his back straight, his chin down, okay? He's not looking up, he's focusing forward. His stance varies a little bit from individual to individual. He's setting up pretty narrow. Let's go a little bit wider. Okay, probably what Eric's doing right now, top to bottom, is what most of you are going to be more comfortable with. Some of you can play with a wider stance. If that seems to help you with your squat, that's fine. A narrower stance sometimes will help you get a little bit deeper when you have trouble getting the proper depth. Okay, he's set up. By the way, if we were doing this for real, he would have a belt on to support his back, but this weight is not going to be a problem for Eric. All right, from this position, he gets set up, and then he just descends into the full squat position. He comes straight up, down, straight up, down, straight up, and then let's go back.
Okay, I want to talk about the depth. It's very, very important to us as powerlifters, but also the depth that I think is the ideal way to squat for most all athletes. I want to get in this position, go down like Mike was showing us, but what I'm doing is I want this point to go lower than this point. The point right here where the torso meets the top of the thigh needs to go lower than the top of the kneecap. And that's the position we want to get down in there. We have found that when you get down in there and sit down in that position, we call it down, sit down in that hole, that it's real natural for you to keep your back straight, keep that arch, and to explode straight up in that position. Very good. All right, back.